All right, welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a quick little video here. We're just going to kind of go over our franchise off season for each of our teams. So just kind of go through the changes to each team and then the final lineups and pitching rotations for each one, just so that we can start off year 2 of the franchise. So we'll start off first with some of the bigger ones. The first one is going to be the Miami Marlins. So I was excited about doing stuff for them. Obviously, they've been a fun one. So we'll start off with them here. First move, obviously, in real life, he just signed with the Mets, but I completed this a couple months ago, so we're sticking to it. So first move is going to be bringing in Juan Soto. So 13 years, $500 million. We'll bring him in. He's going to play right field and then obviously hit in the middle of the order. So he is the first big piece for the Miami Marlins. The next big piece is going to be to find another closer, just to kind of fix up the back end of the bullpen. So we got Kenley Jansen. He will close things out for us. In addition to that, we also brought back Tanner Scott. So those two will be kind of the back end of the bullpen for us. To help close things out. So just kind of shoring up the back end there. So you can kind of see where this puts our order. We're going to have Jazz, Moncada still playing third for us. Then we have Soto, Jimenez, Berger, Bart, Gordon, Trammell, and Brujan. So pretty solid lineup overall. And then some guys on the bench too. So our pitching rotation becomes kind of the same. So Perez, Garrett, Alcantara, Luzardo, and Cabrera, and then you can kind of see where the other guys fit in. So at the end of the bullpen is going to be Scott, Brazoban, and Jansen. So I think it's a pretty solid team, and hopefully we can actually make a run for the NL East. So that is it for the Miami Marlins. Next up, we'll stick in the NL East and actually the Washington Nationals. So I think they're closer to contention than it probably seems. So we kind of made a couple of big moves for them. So the first one is taking away Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. So signed him for 6 years, $27 million per year. So 6 for 162. Kind of tried to align some of these with predicted values. So that was the big offensive move. And then our big pitching move is signing Corbin Burnes. So 5 years, $90 million. He's going to be our new ace on the team. So those are the two big moves for the Nationals. Another decent move for them that I made was adding in Craig Kimbrell. So just another big arm at the back end of the bullpen so that he can actually close games out for us. So what that gives us is a lineup of Abrams, Garcia, got Thomas, Alonso, bringing in Carlos Santana to DH, and then relying on some young guys. So Stone Garrett, Riley Adams, Senzel, and Wood until some of our younger guys can come up as well. So we also have Kyra Ruiz still. So that is our offense. And then switching to the pitching, we have Corbin Burnes at the top, obviously, and then Mackenzie Gore, Gray, Parker, and Irvin in that bullpen. And then you can kind of see Kimbrell fits in at the closer, and Hunter Harvey and Finnegan are going to be the setup guys. So pretty solid team for them too. So that'll be fun in the NL East. So still going to focus on the Marlins the most, though. Switching to the AL, the other team that I'm probably going to play the most with is the Kansas City Royals. So kind of shoring up that team a little bit. So the big moves there are going to be the first one, adding Tyler O'Neill. So we got him 4 years for $46 million. He's going to play right field for us and kind of add another middle of the order bat. So he was better in the show than he was in real life. So it was a good move for it. I'm pretty excited for it. And then the bigger portions too are actually just shoring up the bullpen, the back end specifically. So we brought in Clay Holmes to be our closer. And then added Danny Colombe He's going to be kind of our lefty out of the bullpen, and then Jeff Hoffman. So 3 years, $27 million for him, and that'll shore up the bullpen between our setup guys and the closer. So this is what we're looking at now for our offense. We got Bobby Witt, of course, O'Neill, Pasquantino, Renfroe, Baum, Perez, India. We did trade for him again. I like him and happened in real life again. So he'll pair with Witt, and then Melendez and Waters. So that'll be the offense. We got some guys coming up in the outfield too. So kind of holding off until they come up. Looking at the rotation, we have Reagan, Singer, Wright, Marsh, and Bubic. And then you can kind of see the 3 guys fitting at the back end of the bullpen there too. So that's going to be it for the Kansas City Royals. Looking at the Mariners, obviously our defending world champions. I'm pretty much going to stay pretty similar. So we have Rodriguez, Marte still. We still have Young and some of the other guys coming up. So we might look to unload some guys at some point, but then Rayleigh will take over first base. Haniger, our World Series hero, stays in at DH. Raleigh, Mayo, and then Montes might get a choice or a chance up in the bigs at some point here too. And then Crawford and Kellenic. Still got some guys on the bench as well. And then looking at our rotation, it's going to be pretty similar. So still Kirby, Snell, Gilbert, Wu, and Hancock. And then same thing in the bullpen. So Brash, Spire, and Munoz. So overall, the Mariners are pretty similar to what they were for the last season. Looking at the other team that's going to be pretty similar is the Arizona Diamondbacks. So not a whole lot of changes with them either. So sticking with Carroll, Merrill, Gorman, Walker, Peterson, Gurriel, Murphy, Thomas, and Lawler. On the pitching side of things, still pretty much the same as well. So Gallen, Rodriguez, Fott, Montgomery, and Nelson. And then we brought back Seawald to be our closer again. So pretty much the same on their front as well. And last but not least, the Athletics. So pretty similar with them too. I thought about making some moves with them, but just kind of decided to let the young guys play for another year. And this time we actually got rid of some of the veterans so that they could actually play. So Longoria is gone now, which lets Wilson take over at third. So pretty similar lineup. We got Ruiz, McCarthy, Meadows, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langoliers, Geloff, Wilson, and Mayer again. So that's kind of it for the offense. And for the pitching, it's going to be similar as well. So Anderson, Muller, Liberatore, Estes, and Harris. Miller still staying in the closer role. And then I will probably look to figure out some stuff for the pitching throughout the season. So might bring some guys up or make some bigger trades. So we'll kind of see and go from there. So that is our off season for our franchise. So that's each of the 6 teams. Like I said, this season's probably going to rely more on the Royals and the Marlins, probably a lot, and then some with the A's too. But I already have it set for opening day here, so look for those clips coming up pretty shortly. So thanks and enjoy.